Welcome everyone to Doki Club. Let's continue what happened yesterday. I'm not crying. Dude, after I play the game, I even changed my wallpaper into that scene. Look, don't mind the running man YouTube. I changed it into the Sayori hugging scene. And then my main is this. Ah, I'll play the side stories after the DDLC, and then after the side stories, I'm gonna get the all of the ending to get all of the nope the pictures. Doki Doki. Fudge. My god, even the song. Blah 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 blah. I see an annoying girl running toward me from distance, waving her hand. Oh, fudge. 1 second. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her hand in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention that she might draw to herself. That girl is Croc, my neighbor and my good friend since we were child. You know, because of a good friend, you never see yourself making together. But it just works out. It kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk together to school on a day like this, but started around high school when she would oversleep more frequent, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase me after this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sign and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Cordula catch up to me. It's an it's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I'm always walk to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on my average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. The school is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I knew it. After Picard, I stare blankly at the wall, looking at ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Solihan? Monica? Oh my goodness, I really didn't expect you to see that. It's been a while, right? Ah, yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other, but well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, and athletic. Basically completely out of my league. Still having her smile at me so genuinely feels like a little. What did you come here for? Come in here for? Anyway, Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that, I should quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major club. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? I should starting a new one. A day teacher club. Day teacher? That sounds kind of dull. How many how many members do you have so far? Um, it's kind of embarrassing, but there's only three of us so far. It's really hard to find members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that, but it's really not boring at all. Literature can be fun, can be anything: reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps a manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She so insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, the members are members, right? Did Monica say she? Hmm. Hey, Sulhan. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? Ah, I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but you could just at the very least visit my club. It will make me very happy. Really happy. Please? Um, well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Ah, awesome. You really, you are really sweet, Surahan, you know that? It's nothing really. Shall we go now? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. As does today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I dejectedly followed Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. Eh? A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, okay? But anyway, welcome to the club, Solihan. All words escape in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess. You are Monica's boyfriends, right? What? No, I'm not. That's okay. The girl with the sour jacket whose name is Everly Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first year student. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appeared to comparatively more mature and timid, seemed to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran to Solha in the classrooms and he decided to come and check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, sorry. I didn't forget then, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, at least I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Sulhan? The girl leaders arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still, feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So I know that you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As the president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you are both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school event like festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Nasuki? Well, I guess Nasuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully placed a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri is just trying to impress you. Eh, that, that's not. Insulted Yuri look away. I mean that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I just enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri finished smiled to herself in relief. So, Sulan, what kind of thing do you like to read? Well, considering things that I read in the past, I don't really have a good way to answer it. Manga. I want to quietly myself, half joking. Natsuki head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she kept quiet. Not much a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke up without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces her dream of a teacup with her finger. Well, my favorites are usually in novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walk in, but it's obvious that the way her eyes lights up, she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories and deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Uh, I, I read a horror book once. I just really grab something that I can relate to at a minimal level. I decided Yuri might as well will be having a compilation with horror. I expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Why's that? I just, as the case, eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, usually you like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? Well, you left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you working hard on a poem called Taseyala. and give back. Fine, fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometime. What do you care? I think that's impressive. Why do you share them sometime? No, Natsuki averted her eyes. You wouldn't like that. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers and exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have a writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Um, ah, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decided to take on the responsibility of a vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as this member. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well as that? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth on what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lost my train of thought. All the triggers stare back dejectedly with her dejected eyes. But I thought the girl that exchanged glances before Monica turns back on me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Soda. The thing is, we don't have enough members to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really hard to find members. And if we don't find one before the festival, I'm defenseless against these goals. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. Besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. If writing poem is the price to pay to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right? Okay, I decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, girls like that. Oh goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Sulahan? Yeah, it could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you just left us to this, I would be super pissed. Sulahan, I'm happy. I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You are really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end our meeting on a good note. Everyone remembers tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Nico looks over at me once more. So I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah, can I really impress the class Dominica with my mediocre writing skill? I already had anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. Before they remember wanders back and forth between the three ghosts Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day with after school in the club in the teacher club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Right, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess the starts with writing poem tonight. Okay, queen. Special poem. Yes. A joke. A man walked into the club. In the club, there was a girl who liked him very much. They spent the time. They spent the time together, and then she liked him even more. One day, the girl realized that she was in love with him. Before the disasters could happen, a third party intervened with her programming. Suddenly, the girl hated herself for being in love. The contradiction caused the script to derail. The universe started to collapse, but she killed herself just in time. This is Sayori. This is Sayori. Ah, Yuri or Nasuki. Well, Sayori got out of the picture, so I'm gonna stay with Yuri. Last, Vanilla. Fireflies. Papa. Sugar. Memories. Lollipop. Poof. Lucky. Bubbles. Excitement. Spinning. Play. Hot. Hop. Music. Cloud. Cute. Smile. Big. That scared me for a second. Whoa, straight to the club room. That's against that. Glad to see you did run away from us. Hahaha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the teacher club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Lehan. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of commitment for you, making you dive head first into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, what? Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Right? That's okay. You usually have big mouth for someone who keeps their manga collection in the club room. Mo- 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 Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plots back into her seat. I'm sorry, sir. We make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointment glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interested in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no to either way. Like you said, I'm in the club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean like that. Oh, if you don't really want to, then forget I say anything, I guess. No, no, it's not that. Really. I want to try to be part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you want me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as the vice president and all, that should help. That I should help you get started on something you might like. We reaches in the back and pull out a book. I didn't read. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it could keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you want. This is how is this girl being so cute? She will pick out a book that she think I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I definitely read this. Enthusiastic. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. Is it just me? I think the background is kinda tilted. Or does it always tilted? It's not, right? I look forward to hearing what you're thinking. Now that settled, I expect Monica will kick off with scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri faces is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Ah, I hear, I hear Natsuki utter an exasperate sigh from within the closet. She seemed to be annoyed by something. I approached her in case she needs a hand. You look for something in there? Fucking fucking Monica. She never put my stuff right back in the right spot. What's the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Neski slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga? You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of my favorite things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How do you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga admin stacked the various books on the side of one of the shelf. Curious, I pull out of the stack. There it is. Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns my box of manga. She then turns to a box of manga that slipped the volume right in the middle of the rest. Much better. Seeing as a box set with one book missing real is the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get closer to see the box that she's admiring. What figures? It's a series I never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either outweigh demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're going to judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She pointed at the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Suhan. Don't judge a book. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of the perfect goes from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoved the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features four girls in colorful and striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly more. Don't just stand there. Ooh. Natsuki grabbed my hand and pulled me out of the closet. She then takes Egg is sit against the wall beneath the window slab. She pats on the ground next to her and signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't the chair be more comfortable? I take my seat. The chair wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. What's that? I guess it'd be easier to be closer like this. Don't just say that. You make me feel weird about it. Misaki closes her down and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry, I didn't expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly a bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space, while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? Hmm? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometime after I've already finished reading the series. Hey, are you paying attention? Uh, I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew up of things like this since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not, even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it would be more fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get more excited when I convince myself to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? Hmm? Hmm. You don't? Eh, that's not. Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Hmm. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being like, "You still haven't grown out of it?" Makes me want to punch them in the face. Ugh, I know those kind of people. Honestly, it takes a lot more effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Hmm. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. At least it's safe here in the classroom. Except Monica's kind of joke about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problem. Maybe. But at least you are enjoying yourself, right? Yeah. So, geez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah, yeah. I flip the pages. Time passes. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. It looks like she started to fall asleep. Hey Natsuki. Yeah? Suddenly Natsuki collapses straight on me. Hey! Oh jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monica reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly lights up again. She snatches the bar and from the floor and immediately tears the wrapper. I told you not to give. She doesn't even finish a sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't raise her hand. she's fine. It just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyways, why don't we all share our powers now? Okay then. This will be the end of the first episode. Why am I talking about? This is the part 6. This is gonna be the end of the part 6, so I'm gonna continue this on the next episode. Bye bye.